Hello and welcome back to the Ghost Island tutorial. So in this video we are going to be finishing off our touch input script. Remember the previous one we just finished the horizontal movement. Just a quick note, we are not implementing anything from the package manager. We're not importing anyone else's script. We are doing it by ourselves from scratch. Okay. Kind of the name of the channel, hey. Okay, if any one of you followed the part 9 tutorial and finished off this chunk and tried to implement something really similar with Y, you may have run into a problem where your player moves diagonally rather, okay, which is not the case with our key input. Okay, so I want to have this similar sort of effect, so I can move right, left, up or down, okay, one direction at a time. That's the sort of movement I'm going for, and I need to script it the way so it reflects the key movement, that is the key press movement. Okay, so what I'm talking about, well, if I just copy this horizontal part, okay, if I just copy this horizontal part and just change the Y's change the X's from Y's, and also the direction from up, and again this one Y to Y, and if I just change this from up to down, okay, if I save it, go back, so if you just follow this pattern, you would see the problem that arises with it. Okay, so you can move down, but as you can see, sometimes this right here, this should be a blind, this should not be a spot where you can click, and also you can see I can move diagonally. Okay, you know, in a game like Hole.io, Scissor.io, this sort of movement is implemented. However, I'm not going for this movement here, so it's kind of like a user specific movement. So we're going for this sort of movement, and we're not going this diagonal movement at all. Okay, now how, well, if you want to keep that, you can keep that, but if you want to do this the way I want to do it, we need to have a variable, okay, that keeps track of if you're moving in one particular direction. To break it down, we can move in either X or Y. Okay, so we need to have a variable that keeps track of if we are moving in X or Y. I'm just gonna do it Y. Okay, makes a bit more sense. So I'm gonna create a variable private bool. If you guys remember, boolean is a data type that can store either true or false. Okay, so I'm gonna call it is moving up. So that is for the y-axis, moving up or down. Okay, so is moving up or down. Just gonna stop it, is moving up. I'm gonna set it to false at the beginning, okay, and semicolon. So the default value, okay, stores the state to tell us if vertical movement is engaged. Okay, and I have not spelled movement right. Oh my lord, what am I doing? Movement. All right, there you go. There's a reason I'm not a writer, I'm a scripter. Okay, so what we're going to do is we will wrap this vertical movement in inside an if statement, an if block, which would determine if we are moving up or not. Okay, which won't determine, rather it would just see if we are moving up, then this horizontal would not work. Now, just to make our code look a bit cleaner, I'm gonna have sort of a simple similar function like this in terms of its purposes. So we're gonna have a function private void horizontal movement, okay, round brackets. So I'm just gonna copy the if and else that are working with the x coordinate. So I'm gonna control X and paste it here. Okay, so my horizontal movement. I'm gonna call this function, obviously whenever I click the mouse, left click, so I'm gonna call it here. Now I'm gonna add one more condition. Okay, so if is mouse is moving up. Okay, so if my player is moving up, I don't want my horizontal movement to be engaged. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if I'm not moving up, okay, so if the vertical axis is not engaged, you can just simply do this exclamation mark. That is just to say if not. Okay, so if it's not moving up, you engage the horizontal movement. Okay, so have that code go in here. Okay, so yeah, if only this you're not moving up, you can engage the horizontal movement. Otherwise, well, you are allowed to move in the vertical movement. Now, I want to clean this up a bit as well, so I'm going to have another function, kind of like this. I'm going to call it vertical movement. So private void vertical movement. Oh my god, I can seriously save time typing, man. I'm just such a bad typer. Okay, I'm going to copy that, not copy, cut it. Okay, and yeah, use this code here. Vertical movement. So if we are, oopsie. Wait, let me see if I'm live. Oh, thank goodness I am live. I just keep forgetting to check if I'm live or not at the very beginning. Okay, where was I? So yeah, so at the moment you can move horizontally and vertically. However, horizontally you can only move horizontally and vertically. Oh wait, I didn't really finish this code up. So the thing is, whenever you are not moving up, you're obviously allowed to move horizontally. However, how would you know? Or a better question would be, when should you change this value, the is moving up's value? Well, that would be done whenever you are moving in the vertical axis. Okay, so whenever you're moving vertically, it can be up or down. Okay, what you want to do is just set the is moving up to true. Now what this will do, okay, what this will do is it will tell the computer that, okay, the vertical movement is engaged, you are not allowed to you're not allowed to move horizontally, thereby really meaning that you can either move in one particular direction. Okay, you're either moving horizontally or you're moving vertically. Okay, now once you are wait, let me just show you the problem if I just leave the code here like this. So at the moment you are good to move when the game starts. Okay, what I mean by that is you're good to move when the game starts. I don't know if you guys saw that, but now I can't move horizontally. Okay, so no matter how far the offset, or it has nothing to do with the offset, it's just basically we can only move vertically. That is because the y, the is moving up value, needs to change back to its default value, which is false. Okay, thereby allowing us to engage our horizontal movement again. Now you can have another if that says get mouse button up, meaning that if you have released the mouse key, you can just set the value back to its default, or you can just do it outside this if. Okay, so outside this if, you can just do is moving up, and you can default it back, set it back to its default, which is false. Okay, so with the moment you release the key, obviously this code would start running, and you reset the value, thereby allowing you to move horizontally again. Or if you're moving vertically, well, then you can just only move in one direction, that's the vertical. Okay, so with that in, you can now freely move left, right. You can see now I can move up, down, left, right again and again. Okay, so it's basically you're resetting it back to the default value, and this mimics the actual key press value we have done as well. Okay, if you were going for a movement like Caesar IO, or I don't know what other IO games there are, obviously you can keep that. One thing that I do like to change is I don't like the players movement speed when I'm doing the touch control. So that is 4.7 now. That's rather, and it's rather precise and rather, I don't know why they went with 4.79. Okay, maybe gonna go with 5. Go with 5 there. Okay, so yeah, so touch movement and they're the same speed. Okay, and also if you guys wanted, I think I'm good with offset 2. Alright, anyways, I'll just let you guys figure out your offset values and your speeds. But yeah, that's what the movement script using a touch script would look like. Okay, we haven't used any code from anywhere else. That is it. We haven't imported any package. from any third party. We have done this from the very scratch. If you guys are enjoying this content, it would help if you guys can leave a like, and also if you guys can, I have a Patreon page. You can sign up there as well. That would help. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously not a must, but it does help if you can. Alright, so the only thing we have left for this series is really adding some custom sprites and adding some sounds. Okay, so we'll do one more part where we add custom sprites and one part where we do sounds, and that would be the end of the series. Okay. Anyway, so this is the end of the video. I will see you guys in the custom sprite video. Bye bye.